Hey everyone, it's Peter from Pursuing Points, and today I'm going to tell you the 5 reasons that you should not sign up for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So whenever the topic of credit cards comes up in conversation, I'm always eager to ask participants, what's in your wallet? These days, I seem to be hearing Chase Sapphire Reserve more often than not. Now this isn't all that surprising, given the marketing push behind the card and the original 100,000 point sign-up bonus that it had when it first came out. What's interesting, however, is that this card, while fantastic, doesn't necessarily fit the spending and redemption patterns of a lot of the people that I speak to. So before I get into the 5 reasons why you should not sign up for the Sapphire Reserve, it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Reason number 1 why you should not sign up for the Sapphire Reserve. You're unable to take advantage of the $300 travel credit. Sometimes when speaking with Sapphire Reserve owners, my jaw drops to the floor when they tell me that they've never taken full advantage of the $300 annual travel credit given to them by their card. This is a huge problem. The Sapphire Reserve has a $450 annual fee, but once you take full advantage of the $300 travel credit, its net effective annual fee is only $150. Now this travel credit, unlike some other travel credits from competing cards, is extremely easy to use. All you have to do is spend $300 in the travel category, which is extremely broad: car rentals, flights, hotels, etc., and you will be automatically reimbursed for the first $300 that you spend every single year. Now, if you can't make use of this $300 travel credit, chances are there are other cards out there that are better suited for you and your spending patterns. Anytime you're leaving money on the table with one of the cards in your wallet, you really have to ask yourself if it's worth the annual fee that you're paying. In my opinion, I would say that if you can't max out this credit, this card is not for you. Reason number 2. Not wanting to sign up for multiple Chase credit cards. Now, while the Sapphire Reserve is a fine credit card by itself, it really shines when you combine it with additional Chase products, such as the Freedom Unlimited. Some of the people that I speak to, however, say that they don't want to manage multiple cards, they don't want to combine their points, they just want one card on which to put all of their spending. While I appreciate that as a concept, I don't know how much sense it really makes for the Sapphire Reserve. For example, let's say you spend $12,000 a year or $1,000 a month on your credit card. For the sake of this example, we will say that $4,000 of that $12,000 is on bonus purchases, in this case travel and dining. By the end of the year, you will have accumulated 20,000 Ultimate Rewards points. Those points can then be redeemed either for cash at $200, travel through the portal at $300, or you can transfer them to a travel partner. Now let's consider what would happen if you spent that same $12,000 on another card, say the Capital One Venture, for example. That product earns 2x on all purchases, and those miles can then be redeemed in the form of statement credits on travel that you book. So with the Capital One card, you're going to be earning 24,000 points a year, and on the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're earning 20,000. Now, as we said, with Chase, when you redeem for travel, your points are worth 50% more, which means in this case, there's still a 6,000 point gap that we have to make up. The kicker, of course, is that the Sapphire Reserve costs $450 a year, and the Capital One Venture card costs $95 a year. Now, even when you factor in the $300 travel credit, you're still paying $55 more per year to have the Sapphire Reserve in your wallet. Now, had you decided to use the Freedom Unlimited for that non-bonus spend, you would have ended up with 36,000 points or $360 worth of travel with Chase. The Reserve has more benefits than what I've mentioned, and your spending patterns and habits are going to dictate whether or not it's a good value for you. But in my opinion, if you only want to have one card, there's probably something better for you out there than just the Sapphire Reserve. Reason number 3. Redeeming your points for cash back. While redeeming points for cash back can be a viable strategy, the Chase Sapphire Reserve is absolutely the wrong card for the job. In the $1,000 per month example that we talked about above, if we redeemed those 20,000 points for cash back, we would end up with $200. Not even enough to break even from the annual fee. If we instead spent that same amount of money on, say, the Citi Double Cash card, we would end up with $240 in cash back. And oh, by the way, that card has no annual fee. Your goals with points and miles should dictate the cards that you add to your wallet. If cashback is what you're interested in doing, I think that's fantastic, but it's likely that the Sapphire Reserve is not the card that you want in your wallet for that job. Reason number 4. You don't spend enough money on travel and dining. Tell me if this sounds like you. Do you spend more money on grocery stores and then cooking at home than you do eating out? Do you spend more time driving to your destination than flying? Do you spend more time staying with friends than you do at, say, hotels? If any of those sound like you, chances are the Sapphire Reserve isn't necessarily the card best suited for your needs. While it has a 3x earning structure on travel and dining, that's only valuable if you spend a fair amount of money on travel and dining. If you're someone for whom grocery shopping and cooking are more a part of your lifestyle, then you probably want to consider a card like the Amex Everyday Preferred. That card earns 3x on grocery store purchases, up to $6,000 a year, and it earns 2x on gas station purchases as well. Bottom line, and this is a reiteration of what I said previously, your spending habits and goals should dictate the cards that you put in your wallet. Reason number 5, not taking advantage of transfer partners. There are 3 basic ways that you can redeem your Ultimate Rewards points. One would be for things like cashback and gift cards, which is gonna get you a 1-to-1 ratio. 10,000 points is $100. Another is redeeming for travel through the portal, which, as we've said, earns a 50% bonus, meaning 10,000 points is enough for $150 in travel. The third way is transferring your points to a travel partner and then redeeming in their local currency on their website. Now, that third one can be the most complicated, but it's also the most lucrative. Whenever you hear people say that they were getting 2, 3, 4, 5 or more cents per point value out of their points, it's almost always because they decided to transfer their points to a travel partner. For example, if I wanted to take a one-way flight from JFK to Frankfurt, Germany on Singapore Airlines within their Singapore Suites class, that one-way ticket would cost me $9,000. $9,000. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't have $9,000 to spend on a one-way plane ticket. What I do have, however, is a bevy of Ultimate Rewards points. And what I can do is take those points and transfer them to Singapore Airlines, at which point they will become KrisFlyer miles, and then I can redeem those miles for that same exact flight at a fraction of the cost. At the time of this video, that flight was about 60,000 points one way, plus taxes and fees. So what that means is that my 60,000 Ultimate Rewards points, which I could have redeemed for cash at $600 or travel through the portal at $900, can be worth up to $9,000. $9,000 if I transfer them to Singapore Airlines. It doesn't take a genius to understand that 60,000 points for $9,000 worth of value, or 15 cents per point, is pretty powerful. So to wrap this up, if your goal is to earn cash back, there are plenty of products out there that can help you do that. If you're happy with just earning 50% and you fly mainly, say, economy and domestic, then I might suggest that you look at the Wells Fargo Propel plus the Wells Fargo Visa Signature stack, which will give you the same 50% bonus on travel. Neither cards have annual fees, and the Wells Fargo Propel is one of my favorite cards right now given its bonus earning structure. But if you want to try and redeem your points for once-in-a-lifetime, extravagant luxury travel accommodations, a card like the Sapphire Reserve can make a lot of sense for you. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, hit the subscribe button, throw the video a like, really appreciate it, and I will see you with the next video.